Welcome all. So yes, today's topic is signs that some sort of a demonic energy has entered your life. So this is a topic that few of you asked, months back, but I did not get the time to make a video on this. However, today is the time. Let's get started. So understand this first of all, that we are talking about demonic energy. It is not a simple black magic here we are talking about. We are talking about an energy which can actually come into your life in an automatic way. Maybe there is something that you have crossed over. Maybe there is something that you have come in contact with in the recent times or in the past, which has started following you or which has been attracted towards you automatically by itself. That means there is no human indulgence in creating or sending that energy towards you. That is the first scenario. And the second scenario, of course, everyone is aware of, that when somebody is doing some sort of a black magic or some sort of a negative energy trap on you, these things can actually be sent towards you as well, isn't it? So we are taking both these scenarios in today's video. So now, what are the symptoms? See, it is not directly that you will start feeling something. It is not every time there that you will start even having some images around you. No, these are very later stages, or maybe these are stages when it has been designed in such a way by some evil tantric or some evil person who wants you to go through that mental trauma or that mental disturbance. But when these things actually come into your life by itself, mostly the signs are very subtle. Now when I say subtle, I mean that I am talking about signs in a way that maybe you won't even feel it in the first go, So what can be the symptom? A very subtle symptom. Then maybe now let's talk about your house. We are assuming that this happens in your house. This can happen in your office, it can happen in your car, it can happen in anywhere that you're traveling or wherever you're going for that matter. But we are taking the house as an example. So your house, for example, if you're working in the kitchen or you're anywhere in your room and suddenly you hear some voice, maybe from your kitchen, of something falling down, maybe some utensils falling down, or maybe you hear a voice which is just calling your name, but when you go there is nobody. Okay, so you think, okay, maybe this was one of the doubts that I had, So then what else? And this can happen, all these symptoms that I'm telling you, it's not that all of that will happen together for everybody. No, either of these symptoms or maybe few of the symptoms can actually be the ones maybe that you are getting signs of. So pick your symptom if you're following any of these, or if you're getting any of these signs or symbols. Symbols, I mean that sometimes you also see something written on your wall, some scratch, some geometrical pattern. Yes, you do in your room walls or in your house walls. Sometimes you think that with some sort of a compass or some sort of a sharp edge thing or knife, something is scratched or something is just made in such a geometrical manner that you feel very shocked that this was not there before, but now it is there. Okay, so when you see something like that, you see a symbol which you are sure of was not there. So this is also a very subtle sign. Then suddenly having knocks in your door, in your room, you getting up, and it's not necessary it happens in the night. It can happen in the afternoon as well. Okay, so don't worry about the fact that this only happens in the night. Nights can be full of nightmares. Nights can be full of, pace getting very fast. But that does not mean that this cannot happen in the afternoons. It's quite possible it happens in the afternoons also. So don't discount afternoons for that. Then what else? You may also feel a foul smell around in your house in couple of hours, or typically in some particular time, that if you start registering, you will notice that this particular time, this foul smell starts all over your room or your maybe entrance window or something. Now if you have a drainage pipe or you have something like that in your house or near your house for that matter, some drainage system, that's a different thing altogether. I'm not talking about that. I am talking about that suddenly in the house you feel some foul smell. This can also be one of the symptoms. Suddenly your things getting lost in the house, you are not even aware of that what is going on, and your money is getting lost, your gold is getting lost, or I don't know, it can be a small thing, your perfume, your itr, your anything is getting lost, your makeup item is getting lost all of a sudden. So maybe it is just trying to give you that identification. Slowly and steadily these signs start rising up, and then when all this starts rising up, then you start feeling that maybe you're working in the kitchen and somebody is around. Maybe suddenly sometimes you also some people have also told us that there was some food item they got, and it was not there the next day. So someone has just taken over. So first they thought maybe it's a maid, whether it's a domestic help or something. But when they were sure of from the cameras and nobody's taken it, so then it was another thing that maybe something, especially non-vegetarian food, especially, or anything that is sweet. So anything that is sweet and non-vegetarian food is something that, even eggs for that matter, they're getting vanished just like that. I know it's strange, but all these things are there, the symptoms are there. Then a lot of things falling. So your clothes started suddenly to tearing apart, and you will not realize as to why this is happening. So all these negative signs which are there are the signs that some sort of a demonic thing. When I say demonic, because it's typically the signs of demonic energies which are much more stronger than the normal entities, supernatural entities that I'm talking about. Okay, so these are the symptoms, these are the subtle symbols. There are many other symbols, but if you are facing any of this, any one of this also on a regular basis, you need to be very alert. You need to get this diagnosed. You need to get this clear from your mind, that whether it's a mind blockage or it is something that is happening in reality. Because if it's something happening in reality, you need to take charge and do something about it before it gets late. It's not a fear factor that should come in your mind, but it is a precautionate measure that you must be taking, you should be taking for your family, for yourself, or for your near and dear ones. Case study, we do it, which is a paid service, of course. You can get in touch with the team on the Gmail, which is given in the description section. They will let you know about the process. And otherwise, if you have someone who is another specialist who is aware of all these processes, all these removals, and if you trust that person, you can go ahead and ask for a diagnose from that person as well. That's completely fine. Not necessarily you have to come to us only. Any of the resources that you have, but my idea is, don't let this just be ignored by any ways, because these are some serious things that we are talking about here. Okay, so I think that's about it. Next week I'll see you with another topic. Till then, goodbye and Jai Ma Kali.